Authority coverage will begin shortly. Your live interactive Weather Authority coverage will begin shortly. Your live Weather Authority coverage starts right now.
Happy Wednesday, everyone. I hope you guys are all having a great Wednesday. You know, we are tracking this winter storm coming in. So we're going to talk a little bit about this as we go on. If you have any questions, please feel free to drop them in the comments. We'll take a look at them when we are all set. So, couple of our headlines is going on all over the Northeast. This is definitely a hot topic right now because of Thanksgiving being tomorrow. If you have any questions, once again, please just drop them off in the comments. I'll get to them at the very end. So, a couple of our highlights. We're talking about our Thanksgiving storm, and the main threat will probably be widespread rain, and we are looking at some snow inland. Looking at the timeline beginning late Thursday morning, the heaviest will be 3 to 10 p.m. By Thursday night. Second half of the day is definitely the heavier of the precip. Some inland areas may start off as rain, but mostly turning into snow as we head throughout the day, especially down near the coastline. We're looking at some snow too. Rain begins to mix in towards the coastline by the second half of the day on Thursday. Now, the storm ends around midnight. We are turning breezy and clearing for Friday. So that's good. That Friday definitely is a better travel day. So let's get right into it. Here's a look at our satellite and radar right now once it loads. On your end, we are looking at mostly some rain to our west. Looks like our graphic is not working at the moment. So hold on one second. We're having some technical difficulties. Just hold on one second. Let's see if I can share a different way because it looks like this is not working at the moment. Hold on one second, guys. Bear with me. Our graphics seem to not be working right now. Let me see if I can pull them up one more time. Once again, we are looking at a Thanksgiving storm. You know, it's a very hot topic. If you're just hopping on, if you have any questions about snow amounts, we'll talk about the snow map as well. Just hold on one quick second. Let's just share the whole monitor so we can see everything because it looks like it's not working at the very moment. So let's do it this way so you guys can see what's going on. Okay, this is the best I can do right now. So let's get right into the satellite and radar once it loads on my end. Here we go. Here's the satellite and radar. Sorry about that, everyone. Seems to be not working at the very moment, our other screen. So I apologize for the layout right now. You're actually looking at our Mac system, which is pretty cool. So let's get right into it. This is a look at our current satellite and radar right now. We are looking at some sort of precip beginning to develop to our west. It's going through Illinois, Indiana, Ohio right now. That is what we'll be dealing with as we head towards the day tomorrow. So mostly to partly cloudy right now. More clouds will begin to enter in as we head towards the overnight hours later on tonight, and then our precip will be starting in the morning. So right now, we are looking at some winter storm watches. I suspect that they will upgrade to a winter storm warning later on this afternoon. We just got some word from the National Weather Service says that they're working on it right now. Looks like some winter storm warnings are going on in Vermont. We have some winter weather advisories, which is the purple on your screen, in the Northeast Kingdom of Vermont. All the blue on your screen in New Hampshire and Maine right now, that's a winter storm watch. That's until Friday morning. We are dealing with messy travel, heavy and wet snow. So that's, it's kind of interesting how they issued these winter storm watches. It's definitely all along the I-95 corridor just because we'll be dealing with some travel tomorrow, just because tomorrow's Thanksgiving, so it could not come at a worse time. So if you're heading anywhere in New England, I'm going to walk you through hour by hour on our storm tracker for, once again, New England. Mostly going to be in the 40s and the 30s on Wednesday. This is a look at 4 o'clock, so later on this evening, pretty much a good time to hit the road. as we head towards around 6 a.m. on Thursday. This is where we're going to start running into issues. So if you're planning on maybe leaving on the earlier end of Thursday, we are looking at temperatures starting off in the 30s. If you're anywhere in southern New England, this will be a primarily rain event where temperatures are going to be above that freezing mark. We are looking at lots of snow inland and up near the mountains. Those are the areas that are going to see the highest amount of snowfall. So look at 6 o'clock. I'm going to walk you through every couple of hours on Thursday. So as we head towards around 11 a.m., this is when the rain snow line is going to begin to form. Now, this low pressure is moving along the New England coastline. So the closer that low pressure center is to the coast, that's when we can see some rain, snow line action, looking at several types of winter precip. The further that low pressure is away from the coastline, that's when we can see an all snow event. So this is what we're dealing with right now. Around 11 a.m. on Thursday, we're looking at some 40s down in southern New England, looking at snow mostly beginning to fill on up into northern New England, looking at some Massachusetts snow too in western Mass by 11 o'clock. Now, as we head towards probably the afternoon, this is where things get pretty messy. Let me see if, there we go. This is where the heavy snow really begins to pick up. We are looking at the heaviest precip around probably 3 p.m. to 10 p.m. So once that sun sets later on in the evening, we are looking at very messy, some slick conditions too. Looking at a pretty distinct snow line just on the western side of the I-95 corridor. We could see some mixing in along that I-95 towards the evening hours. So if you're planning on maybe heading anywhere for Thanksgiving travels in New England or even over in New York, just keep your eye on the radar, keep your eye on the roads. You could see some mixing in. It's going to be the temperatures will be up and down throughout the day. So anywhere where temperatures are mostly going to be at that freezing mark or below, you're probably sticking with snow anywhere in the 40s, upper 30s, most likely rain. So this is a look at 4 o'clock. Once we hit around 9 o'clock, we are looking at heavy snow in the majority of Maine. That's when we can see the highest snow accumulation, some rain offshore. Could see some immediate coastline areas like Old Orchard Beach, any of the beaches up to the mid-coast, down east portions of Maine, the seacoast of New Hampshire, the North Shore of Massachusetts. That's when we could be dealing with a little bit of a mixture. So looking at rain already falling to the ground throughout the day, but once we hit the evening hours, we are looking at some snow beginning to mix on in. After that, though, really after midnight on Thursday into the morning hours of Friday, things will clear out. A couple of areas for some snow showers throughout the day on Friday, but I definitely think Friday will be the better of the 2 days, especially when traveling. So just think smart about when traveling, on Thanksgiving itself. If the roads are too dangerous, maybe a good idea to stay over. Here's a look at our snow map. I suspect that this will change a little bit as the new models come in later on this afternoon. Looking around 5 to 10 inches of snow up in the western Maine mountains and the White Mountains in New Hampshire, up to Greenville too in Maine, looking at some 5 to 10 inches. Higher elevations, could see upwards of probably a foot. We are looking at a coating to 2 inches of snow down near the coastline of Maine, and that'll be earlier in the evening hours when we start seeing that switch over from rain to snow. I definitely think we'll see some slick conditions all throughout Thursday. As you make your way more inland, though, that's when we could see snow amounts begin to rise or increase. Around 3 to 6 inches of snow just north of Lewiston and Auburn. Probably near Turner, we'll start seeing that transition to heavier snow and more of it. Up in Bangor, Maine, looking around 1 to 3 inches. Concord, New Hampshire, looking around 1 to 3 inches. Western New Hampshire too. As soon as you get up to the lakes regions in New Hampshire, we're looking at 3 to 6 inches. North of Sebago Lake, 3 to 6 inches as well. The ski resorts are going to really enjoy this one. Now, something we also want to talk about is snow intensity. As we head towards the evening hours when the heaviest of the snowfall is falling, that's when we can see some higher rates per hour. In Freiburg, in Laconia, New Hampshire, we're looking around 3 inches of snow per hour, and this is in the evening once again. About 1 inch of snow per hour in Lewiston, 0.4 up in Rangeley, Berlin, New Hampshire, so in Coos County, about 2 inches of snow per hour. Anywhere along the coastline, we can see around 1 inch to a little bit less than 1.5 inches of rainfall, and that's before it switches over to snow later on the evening. So that's all I got for you guys. I'm going to look at some of your comments now. think that's my last graphic. I'm going to pull up the snow map one more time if you're just joining in. And then we'll take another look at the storm tracker. Looking at your comments. Someone says they need work. I definitely think that if you're down near the coastline, you have a much better chance of not seeing much snowfall. We're going to have another update tonight on CBS 13 at 5 as well. Let's walk through the storm tracker one more time, and then I'll wrap this up. So if you're planning on heading anywhere today or anywhere for Thanksgiving, I think today's the day to do it. And then Friday is also a really good day. We're looking at some clouds overnight, and by the 6 o'clock hour, already starting off with some snow in Vermont, upstate New York, western Massachusetts, northern New Hampshire. Some mixed precip where temperatures are hanging out into the 30s in Manchester. Looking at some rain down in Long Island, New York City, southern New York, mostly southern New England. And as we head towards 10, 11 o'clock, that's when things will really pick up region-wide. We are looking at temperatures in the 40s. This is mostly a rain event for southern New England. Snow will be the primary factor inland. As we head towards 4 o'clock, I've been highlighting that 3 p.m. to 10 p.m. is when the heaviest precip will be falling. We're looking at some heavy snow in New Hampshire, inland of Maine, mostly Vermont, seeing some heavy snow with some rain in Burlington, Vermont. Looking at some heavy rain moving through the Portland, Maine area, over into down east Maine too. Looking at primarily snow as we head towards the 8, 9 o'clock hour on Thursday, where temperatures mostly falling down to the 30s, and then things will really begin to wrap up as we head into the day on Friday. This weekend's looking pretty cold temperatures in the 30s. Someone commented, what would you expect in Livermore Falls around 4:30 or so tomorrow? So let me pull up our storm tracker specifically for Maine. I'm looking at a small screen, so bear with me for just 1 second while I find the correct map. Okay, here we go. Let me back this up. I was showing a regional look just because a lot of people will be traveling statewide. Let's look at a closer Maine look. All right. So we're looking at Livermore Falls around 4:30. So here's a look at 7:30 in the morning on Thursday. This one we're starting off with snow. Areas of York County will start seeing some mixed precip. Once we hit around 10, 11 o'clock, we're looking at rain for southern Maine, snow inland up to Lewiston. See some mixing there too, where temperatures are a little bit cooler. We head towards 4 o'clock, so let's jump a couple. There we go, one slide. So let's look at 4:30. I think 4:30 will be the heaviest of the precip. Really, that 3 o'clock hour towards 10 o'clock on Thursday, we're looking at very heavy precip. That rain snow line will be just over Sebago Lake. So if you're on the northern side of Sebago, you're looking at some snow, rain on the southern side of the lake. We're looking at heavy rain down near Old Orchard Beach and even down to southern York County. And once we head probably past dinner time into the early evening hours, we're looking at primarily snow. One thing that's really good about this system is that it won't be very gusty conditions, a little bit breezy, some gusts up to around 25 miles per hour. And then as we head towards midnight, things will really clear on out. And we are looking at a pretty good Friday. Plenty of sun, a little breezy just because that low pressure system just moved through. A couple areas of some snow showers, some quick moving ones, especially as we head overnight into Saturday. And this weekend, honestly, is looking pretty cool. Looks like those are all your questions. We'll have another update tonight on CBS 13 live at 5. If you have any other questions, you can find me on social media. So thank you guys all for watching. I'm going to leave this snow map up so you guys can take a look at that. I can find it at the bottom. You can also find our snow map online too on our website, wgmb.com/weather. And you can see it scrolling at the bottom of your screen. So thank you guys so much for watching. Once again, we have that next update tonight on CBS 13 live at 5.
This has been live interactive Weather Authority coverage from CBS 13 and Fox 23. Make sure to stay